honored to join the Alliance for Financial Inclusion, AFI, in hosting this regional training on the financial inclusion of the forcibly displaced persons, FDPs, in Kampala, Uganda. We are certainly very confident that this training event is going to empower participants with the knowledge and the skills that they need to develop practical and financial inclusion policies that meet the various needs of the FDPs. We are inviting all the participants to engage actively in this training, to collaborate with the peers and take back the knowledge and the insights gained from the respective organizations and countries. From the onset, let me assert that financial inclusion reflects our commitment to treating all individuals, regardless of their status, with dignity and respect. Pursuing financial inclusion for the FDPs is a national part of the Ugandan culture, reflecting our shared humanity. The sense of Ubuntu that abounds in Uganda has been hailed by many. Let me just quote three. Antonio Guterres, the UN Secretary General, said, quote, "Uganda has shown great generosity and compassion in hosting refugees, and it sets an inspiring example for the rest of the world," unquote. Then Filippo Grandi, the UN High Commissioner for Conflict and Persecution, unquote. Last but not least, Angelina Jolie, an actress and a UNHCR Special Envoy, also said, quote, "Uganda's approach to hosting refugees is exemplary. They have integrated them into their society, providing land, education, and health care. It is a model for the rest of the world," unquote. We are proud, therefore, to be a leading host of refugees in sub-Saharan Africa, with numbers estimated at around 1.5 million refugees and asylum seekers, primarily from South Sudan, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Burundi. This makes the selection of the FDPs as a focus group for financial inclusion particularly significant for Uganda. We see this training event as an essential step to improving overall financial inclusion of the vulnerable. FDPs in Uganda reside in certain districts in the north and southwest, as well as in Kampala. They live alongside the local communities in settlements where they enjoy the right to work and significant freedom of movement. I am pleased, as I do understand, that the training program this week includes a field trip to one of the refugee camps in the suburbs of Kampala. Distinguished participants, I would like to highlight the objectives of the training, just to re-emphasize what James mentioned earlier on. The challenges faced by FDPs, especially women, and how financial inclusion can mitigate these challenges. Secondly, to identify the barriers to financial inclusion for the FDPs and how policies can responsibly leverage innovative digital financial services, DFS, to address these challenges. And then also to examine the various approaches the Bank of Uganda and other AFI members institutions take in implementing national financial inclusion policies and initiatives to promote the financial inclusion of the FDPs. Last but not least, to recognize the roles played by the key stakeholders in policy implementation to enhance national coordination for the financial inclusion of the FDPs. In collaboration with the development partners, the Uganda government is committed to improving access to and usage of financial services for the FDPs through various interventions, including 1, allowing FDPs to open mobile money or bank accounts using refugees' IDs or attestations letters issued by the Directorate for Refugees in the Office of the Prime Minister as a Know Your Customer, that's KYC documents. 2, expanding internet coverage to rural areas in the country where most settlements are located in order to enhance connectivity and access to digital financial services. Providing targeted financial literacy training in rural communities and refugee settlement areas through mass media, especially radio talk shows and in-person training. To enhance these efforts, the Bank of Uganda and the stakeholders have developed the second National Financial Inclusion Strategy for 2023 to 2028, which focuses on reducing financial exclusion, deepening and broadening the use of high quality and affordable formal financial products, strengthening financial consumer protection and empowerment, developing an inclusive green finance market, and promoting gender inclusive financial services. And this is built on 3 enabling pillars. The first one is public and private sector commitment and coordination. Second one is policy, legal, regulatory, and supervisory capacity. And finally, enabling infrastructure, capacity, and security. The National Financial Inclusion Strategy aims to expand on the use of the variety of financial products and services with a focus on underserved segments such as women, FDPs, youth, micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, rural dwellers, and people with disabilities. Ladies and gentlemen, it's crucial that we work together to develop and implement policies and strategies that enhance financial inclusion of the FDPs and other underserved communities. Together, we can bridge the financial inclusion gap for FDPs in Uganda and worldwide. We, by the development partners, to the vulnerable communities, including the FDPs. And our special thanks to all the panelists who are dedicating their talents and their time to support this training event, which we expect is going to help bridge the financial inclusion gap for the FDPs, and our sincerest gratitude to AFI for their invaluable strategic, logistical, and technical support. We are extremely grateful to you for this. I just want to close by urging, of course, all our visitors to emulate the Ugandan example, which is the 4th highest refugee host in the world. When you travel back home by heeding to the words, if you are someone who reads the Old Testament, the words in the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verses 33 to 34, it calls for compassion and hospitality towards foreigners and reminds us that everyone is equal in the eyes of God and that we should treat others with the same kindness and respect that we would want to be treated with. And specifically, the scripture goes to say, quote, "Don't mistreat any foreigners who live in your land. Instead, treat them the same way you would treat citizens and love them as much as you love yourself." So that's a quotation from the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, verses 33 to 34. Thank all the organizers of this training from the different parts, and more so the team of Bank of Uganda led by Makaya Omo. Thank you very much for the organization. And I hope you have a productive training sessions, and I invite you to enjoy the rich sites and sites of Uganda, as earlier pleaded by James. I thank you all for listening to me, and may God bless you all.